News and views from the best voices in our game. Subscribe to the Cricket News YouTube channel and press the bell icon for unparalleled cricket coverage. Let's talk about an incident that happened in Sydney today. And this has happened for the second time in a year's cycle, for the second year in a row, that a Sydney test has been marred from crowd abuse. Ben Stokes and Johnny Bairstow receiving the verbal abuse as they walked back to the pavilion. And this coming from the home fans at a time when Australia have already rounded up the series just goes to show that it's just plain and clear abuse. You remember last time around when it happened, the series were 1-1. You understand the emotions of the crowd, but then again,
No,
it
I
comes
don't.
to a point where the
I
crowd
don't.
is not being held accountable. And I'm adding to that, it comes to a point when abuse is sort of being added to that emotion and then channeled or given to the players, which is really something that should be that they should be accounted for. What do you see is the way out for sport through this particular issue?
Issue a warn Cricket Australia to issue. I had thought of this about more than 2 decades ago.
Yeah.
BCCI should have issued a warning to Cricket Association of Bengal when Eden Gardens did that in the World Cup semi-final. Nothing happened. 4 years later, they did that again. In anywhere there is a crowd abuse, the first time there should be a warning. The second time you are checked off the list for say 2 years. Let Cricket Australia do that to New South Wales. The first warning. FIFA is doing that to Mexico.
Yeah.
If the Mexican crowd uh, uh, abused verbally, abused and misbehaved during matches, and now they may lose their rights as not may lose. They one more strike and they're gone, I think, or something like that.
Yeah,
Co-hosting
to host
rights
the
to the
2026
FIFA
World
World
Cup, yeah,
Cup to
alongside
2026.
Canada
That
and
may
USA.
that may
Yeah,
go. That may go.
yeah.
So something like that. And once if Cricket Australia puts that kind of pressure, that okay, next year, this year there is a T20 World Cup.
Yeah.
If this continues, then Sydney doesn't get a game. Do that.
Sort of puts
Not
pressure on
you
the
won't have you
associations,
have.
but
Huh, yes, of course,
yeah,
the
yeah,
association should be held accountable.
yeah. But what's the way out for them? Because the issue here, what we're talking about, and I'm referring to a piece from Sports Illustrated back in July 2021, where they talked about facial recognition technology and how it can assist these associations and teams to check off these individuals without having to ask them for their tickets. Because that's really necessary. Once the incident happens, you may or may not get to their identity or their tickets. But even before that, there are these facial technology sort of techniques where you can have their scanner once they have bought the ticket, and then you don't need to get their identity after the incident has happened, and may as well ban them using that particular thing.
Yeah. So essentially, carry an iCard or something. Carry an identity card.
Yeah.
That's easy. I don't know whether there'll be privacy issues, but yeah.
Yeah, because what we are talking about is basically when you're buying a ticket, you have to
Mhm.
go through that facial recognition scanner.
Yeah.
So the association does have your face already when you're sitting in the stadium and watching the match. If at
Mhm.
all an incident happens, they don't need to come to you. They already have your face, they already have your identity, everything else. And then they can issue a lifetime ban or for say a 2 3 year period ban.
Yep, they can, but do all grounds have that? Whatever all
This
grounds
came
have that.
from, yeah, that's
Do all
that.
will this be applicable to grounds in say the grounds in countries that are whose boards are not rich enough to do this facial recognition?
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
That is the question.
yeah,
Because a lot of ticket transactions happens over cash with cash.
yeah.
We know that. We have seen the queues. Not everything is done. And anyway, we are headed for some time of cricket behind closed doors yet again. But
Yeah.
once that is resolved, I think the associations should receive a warning that if this happens in
Yeah.
your ground, you won't be able to host cricket matches for a couple of years or 1 year or some major event.
Yeah.
If the association is put under pressure, they will deliver. I can assure you, nobody wants. It's
Yeah,
ultimate. It ultimately comes down to money. Nobody wants
yeah,
to lose out on revenue.
yeah. And it's actually these associations and these teams that need to act upon particular issues. So it
Yes,
sort of needs to come from top to bottom, and that's how implementations will happen over time. But yeah, definitely something needs to be done to get rid of these people who hide in crowds and call themselves sports fans. Shouldn't be
they're
called
not
that. They're
sportsmen.
just nuisance to
They will
our
never
game.
be. They will ever never be able to abuse anyone one on one. They feel safe in
Definitely,
a crowd.
definitely, definitely.